Hello, welcome to this code review of Teadate, the transgender dating application with privacy powered by Verita, which is the track that we are entering for the Graph Hack 2022. It was a pretty straightforward project, making use of some example code that Eric Park, head of growth, was able to give to us. Basically, we just copied that over, put that on GitHub, and here's what the application looks like. There's another video with the actual demonstration, but what I'm going to show in this code review is how we made use of single sign-on, how we made use of data privacy, um, profile sharing of information, and secure messaging. So our application basically didn't modify much of these files, just kind of personalized it for our application. These couple of files here, we didn't really change them at all. So all of the real submission code is in home.view, and you can see, for example, that we get the pronouns here, and the secure messaging is done here. So let's see how we populate the pronouns. Basically, we come down here to request the pronouns for the logged in user. Now to do this, we piggybacked off of an existing schema just in the interest of time. We didn't want to create our own schema, but we obviously would if we were to take this into production. We were able to do this because all we really needed to do was store in the user's profile whether their pronouns were she, her, or he, him. Obviously, in a robust application, we'd have a lot more genders. We would internationalize that, all of that good stuff. But it was very convenient that the COVID test results already had an enumeration that was binary for positive and negative. So we'll show you in a minute how we map these two values onto those pronouns. The essential part of it is, sending a message of this schema type. We set the user select to true so the user could authorize the request. The data gets populated just using this existing demonstration from Verita. Again, I showed it in the demo, but just so you can see for reference where it came from. Then we set up a listener, and when we get back the data after the user grants the permission, we just map that positive value. We use that to represent the she, her pronouns, and negative to represent the he, him pronouns. Obviously needs internationalization, obviously it needs more diversity in the gender pronouns, but it's just a hackathon. Once we set the set of pronouns to the this.pronouns, Vue takes care of refreshing the browser to populate this field right here, which I showed in the demonstration. So for the next part, we'll talk about how we similarly keep the we similarly query for their matches names. We don't keep the names in the database. So let's see how we do that. Basically, we needed to populate this this match list. Sorry guys, but I had never coded in Vue before, and I couldn't easily figure out how to parameterize this list. I copied and pasted some code. Seemed like it should work, but I was getting all kinds of weird errors. So anyways, stupid stuff. The match list. How do we populate the match list? So again, made use of just some trickery here. It's just a hard-coded match list. that we would put on a proper database or on a cloud service provider, or maybe even put it in a document on Verida. Those are some different implementation options for us later if we productize this. But suffice it to say, we make use of the open public profile uh, API call so that we can get the names of the matches. That way we're not saving the names of those matches in our database, which is important in our application because people are going through gender affirming surgeries and gender affirming name changes and that kind of thing. So we want to make sure we have the freshest information about their names. And we could also use this maybe for other things as well, profile photos and whatnot. Get their name, and then we populate the match list. And again, when we populate the match list, that tells Vue to go refresh the browser. So the last piece is the secure message. We have this funny icon here. If the user presses that, it would send a message from Michael to, let's say, Erica. How did we do that? We made use of send message event handler over here, and the essential part of it is calling send message. We do some of the same kinds of things as before with the open public profile to get the name, and this is a really silly hack for just because we didn't have a proper object model, but we would have one obviously if we productize this. So here's send message. The essential call is right here. Was surprised to see that it was the same API for requesting the data. It all made sense to me when we finished because I realized that sending message to the user is important for requesting the data in the first place. But that was something that was a little bit of a mental leap that I had to figure all of that out. But it ended up being quite convenient because all I had to do was call messaging.send a whole bunch of times. In this case, it was used for sending the flirty message. So that is our code review for our Teadate submission for the hack, Graph Hack 2022.